Hello everyone, this is Judith with another video. Yeah, and this is a small reading. Let's see what comes up for you and your divine counterpart. Looking into the energies, really those are energies that I've been getting for the last couple of days. Those seems to be an ongoing theme. And what I'm seeing here from the Sun and the Nine of Wands is that you or your twin flame, take it as it resonates. Well, basically this is for both of you. This is who you really are, right? You are this bright shining light. You are this power. You are totally empowered. This is the essence of your being, right? And here you've dimmed this to a small light. I'm seeing that this is like some circumstances, some players in your life are like dimming your light, making you somewhat defensive here with the Nine of Wands. It also means that you are wounded, and that is really, your wounds are in fact the reason why you respond to those people, right? If you would not be wounded in any way, you would just be able to align with this bright, shining light, right? This is who you are. Look at that. That's so beautiful. You're so full of joy, and your divine counterpart is just the same, right? The sun and the moon and the stars, everything. And aligning with who you are and who you have become, and with all the things that are stretched out into all eternity, right? It never stops. We are constantly evolving. We are constantly expanding. Yeah, I think this picture is like showing that in a very beautiful way. And here you see how it is dimmed. It's still there. It will always be there. And sometimes you're only one step away from this light exploding, right? So that's where you want to go. That's what you want to have in your mind as your destination, right? And this might be where you are right now, and that's also good, right? As I always say, there's nothing wrong with being where you are right now, but there's also nothing wrong with aligning with who you truly are, right? That's what we want. That's where we want to go. That's our goal. And yeah, how do we overcome this, right? This, I feel, is for both of you. This might be different for each of you, but you're somewhat blocked by other people, circumstances in your life. And here it says, there is evolutionary value in my personal preferences and the most powerful law in the universe. Yeah, this is referring to the universal laws, right? And you see this to me, this is like macrocosmos and microcosmos, because here we have the bigger picture, right? And here we have a detail. And you might be caught up in some kind of a detail where you feel like a bird. You feel very vulnerable. You feel small. You feel disempowered. You feel caught up in all kinds of things, caught up in darkness. But this is who you truly are, right? When you have the broader perspective, then you lie very comfortably on this flying carpet, and you just choose your preferences, right? And here you're hooked on this flower, and this flower does not feel so good, right? So you're connected to something that is not serving you, and you don't know that you have the choice. You can choose another flower, choose something that you prefer, and focus on that. I know it's easier said than done, and it's a process, right? And so, of course, this process also goes with transformational work, with pinpointing issues and transforming them. You know, I can help you with those things. So if you're stuck in any way, feel free to reach out and I'll send you my offers. I'm also offering 15-minute free spots if you want to find out a little bit if this would be a fit for you to work with me. So wherever you're stuck or you have some intense issues going on, then I'll be very happy to help you with that. And also feel free to click on the webinar below. I have created a free webinar. It's free. And you can start right away to clear the energies a little bit for you and your twin flame. Though this is already huge if you do this every day, right? So yeah, and here we have courage and love. Courage. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. So here a lot of fear is involved here, right? The little bird is afraid, and this person here that is so defensive is also afraid. And this, it's not easy to face your fears. But spirit, the divine, the universe is always presenting those things to you to be resolved. And spirit, the universe is always presenting those issues in a way that you can handle them. And if you can't handle them, then they will be presented to you another time and another time and another time. That's why we have the feeling that we go round and round in circles, right? And we don't have the courage. But with our twin flame, really, we really are guided to resolve our issues in a way that becomes clearer and clearer. And this does not necessarily need to be in relation to your twin flame. There might be other players who are presenting those dark issues to you, right? Those fears. So whatever it is, it would feel very intense. That's how you can tell. That's how you recognize that you have a deep issue there. And when it feels very intense, then almost 100% it's something that comes from your past. It comes from childhood, right? And all kinds of things might be tied into that, like issues from past lives, broader issues like ancestral stuff, or soul group issues, all kinds of things. And of course we have to consider them, otherwise we cannot really clear that, right? So it's multidimensional. Yeah, love. I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. That's what I always say, right? Even this is a good thing. And that's the shift. That's the shift you're about to make now, and your divine counterpart is for sure as well, to see the blessings in disguise, right? All of those things are opportunities. They're opportunities to heal fully, to heal all those blocks that are really keeping you from aligning with this bright, shining light that you truly are. So yeah, it would be beneficial also, Spirit says, to have a spiritual practice, something that you do every day. And of course, this might develop over time, and to focus on the good in all things, right? Helps a lot if you have a hard time with certain areas of your life. For sure you have to do the shadow work, and for sure there are maybe some practical things that you need to do in your everyday life, but then that's it, right? And the rest of the time don't spend with like thinking about it over and over again, but find something that makes you feel like this. And spend as much time as possible in this energy, and then watch this shift, right? So there are several things that are like they'll sum up to to a good experience, right? To a shift, and you can approach this from different angles, and that's the good news, right? So even if you don't choose to book a session, for example, to address your issues, You can try to find something that feels joyful. And then this doesn't mean to stuff down your issues. Of course, you have to do the shadow work. You have to have a daily practice. But it's about finding balance, right? And about projecting into the future what you want and not what you don't want, right? And the things that you don't want, they keep showing up until you resolve your deeper issues, your hurts, your wounds, right? Your trauma. For sure, for sure. So this is the biggest perspective that Spirit suggests, right? And this might take some courage and some trust. Say, well, is this really helpful? Is this really working? Well, try to be in that more comfortable position where this is really feeling good, right? It's feeling much more secure than this little bird here that's so vulnerable, right? It doesn't mean that being vulnerable is a bad thing, but I'm not so much talking about vulnerability, but more about disempowerment, right? It doesn't feel good to be disempowered, right? You can be here and totally vulnerable, right? But you're in your power. So yeah, there's a lot to say in relation to those things. And of course, your twin flame is responding to exactly this. If you're like on a subconscious level, even communicating this disempowerment, then your twin flame will stay away because he knows that you need to resolve this. And if he or she would be there with you, this would kind of comfort you, right? And now you're not in this position anymore. And in truth, you don't want that. You don't want some comfort and then sometime later you find yourself in this position again, in this disempowered position, hurting. Yeah, there's no one else on the planet who can make you feel like this. I'm not saying there are not people out there that can make you feel like this, but you can decide when to feel like this and when not. No one outside of you gets the power to take this away from you, right? And this is why you have to find this strength within you. You have to be able to create this no matter what. And your twin flame steps back until you have come to this place. Yeah. So he or she is not the person to comfort you, right? He or she is the person who really wants to see you in your power. And that's the gift of this connection. And you can do it. You can do it, right? So yeah, go for it. I would be curious to know what kind of spiritual practice you have going and how you're doing on your journey. So if this is too personal to write it in the comments, please send me an email. Maybe you have some kind of a question that I could address in a video. Of course, I would make this in an anonymous way, right, to address it as a broader issue. But I would really be curious to hear from you, so feel free to reach out. You find my email address in the description box below. And of course, I'm very grateful if you if you subscribe to the channel. I very much appreciate the subscribers of this channel. So even if I am going through some stuff myself from time to time, be sure that I will always think of you and make the next video as fast as possible. So don't worry if you're not hearing from me for several days. I'm not forgetting about you, right? I'm here for you. Your unions really matter to me. Have a great day, and I see you in the next video. Bye for now.